Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a story time about a day that I'll never forget. And that was the start of when my legal career took a turn. A different turn than what I was expecting coming out of law school. Let's get into this video. So this was about a year or so ago when I was at the second firm that I tried to work at. So I switched from a couple firms at this point because something wasn't right. Something wasn't working for me. I didn't feel like I fit into the environment. However, I didn't know exactly what the reasoning was that I had this feeling in my gut. And I started contemplating at this time um, whether I chose the right career path because you guys, I'm not gonna lie, I was being, I was trying to be a good sport. I was trying to do what I'm supposed to do as a young associate in a firm, and I tried that out for about almost 2 years. And then I decided to open my own firm. And so really that day I'm thinking back because I know exactly when it happened. I don't know exactly why the like the epiphany occurred to me at this point in time, but it just did. So I was, working at a smaller firm with attorneys that were very nice. Actually, it wasn't like a toxic situation. It wasn't, I think the mentors that were there were good mentors to me. Like I was second chair to a first chair. And so if you guys don't know, there is a first chair attorney, sometimes in a firm, and then sometimes there's a second chair that will be the younger associate. I was the younger associate, so I was the second chair. And I think that I had, you know, developed good relationships for the 6 months that I was there at that firm. Though it was a brief time, I thought all of the attorneys were nice, well-rounded, intelligent people. I didn't really have much of a bad experience there. So, with a prior experience, I felt like I didn't fit. I didn't fit within that firm, um, the firm that I first started out as an associate, right when I passed the bar exam. I just felt like there was, just an entanglement with the assistants and the attorneys, and it was just not the right environment for me. So I move on to this second firm that I'm at, and everything is fine. Everything is great because the people there are nice. And at the beginning of my transition into the second firm, I'm thinking, okay, I just need to find a different firm so that I can, settle in. Sometimes when you start off one place, you don't always end up there. Um, but there was just still some tension within myself, even after I removed the toxicity, which is what I thought was the problem. So, I'm so sorry, you guys. I was supposed to get to this before, but I was sitting there one day and I'm sitting at my desk, and this was an in-person position. I'm sitting at my desk, and I'm kind of done with what I was having to do for the time. There was really nothing else left on the agenda, but I'm sitting there and I'm contemplating life. um, at the end of the day, I get up, I walk out, And at this time, my grandma was in the hospital. So I went there to see her. Had a good long talk with grandma. You know how those talks go. And I just felt like at that point, I could no longer go to this workplace where um, I was employed at. And it wasn't the people, it wasn't like there wasn't anything going on. It was just something wrong inside of me. I was unhappy. And that I just realized that I was very unhappy. Um, and for a while, I was mad at myself because I just said, look, if you're making good money, if you just stick it out, like if you can just go, do what you're supposed to do and I just couldn't do it. I'm neurodivergent. I I discovered that within the time period that I was working at the first firm, and I was kind of in denial about that, and I'm not sure exactly why. It was just so I learned differently. I feel, and I just have a different way of doing things, and it was torture for me having to go to this place in person, be kind of locked in there, and the law, the thing that I was doing was it was not interesting to me. It didn't give me any like emotion. It's not the reason I became a lawyer. It had nothing to do with anything that I was interested in. So I'm just at this firm. I feel like I was not, representing the right side, to be honest. So it just, I didn't have any interest and it was killing me. So I'm going there. I don't have an interest in the law. But I'm still trying to do what I'm supposed to do. I'm kind of modern forward thinking, and that's another problem at this firm. They kind of were stuck in what they used to always do, which wasn't a problem, I guess, but it was a problem for me. Anyway, so I realized I was unhappy. And at that point, I contemplated, I did not return to the office for a couple days. Just needed to take some time to think because I had had this epiphany, but it was very, very, very scary. Because I'm thinking, what am I going to do? I can't just go out on my own. Like, I can't do that right now because I just, I'm still like considered a newer attorney, and I'm just, scared, and I didn't want to mess anything up. So I'm just thinking, I don't know what to do if I'm not going to work at this firm. And I don't know what law I'm even interested in. In fact, I don't know what the hell you could even do. They told us we could do so many things with our law degree. I don't even know what the hell those other things are because it seemed like this is it. Like, this is what pays, and this is, what's going to be lucrative and beneficial for me in that way so I can support myself and everything like that. You guys, you cannot go, I mean, you could, but you're going to end up unhappy. If you go to a place and you're trying to work there, but your heart isn't in it. And I know it sounds like, well, I have to pay my bills. Like, who's going to pay that car note? Like, who's going to pay that car note for real? Who's going to pay that insurance? I had just many things to consider because, for one, I'm type 1 diabetic and I need health insurance. I had already passed the age of 26, so I couldn't be on my mom's insurance anymore. I had my car note. I had my phone bill. The bills. Can you pay my bills? Can you pay my telephone? I couldn't pay them without this check. That's what I was thinking. How am I gonna how am I gonna pay the bills? I don't know. So anyway, it took me about a week in total to get the hell up out of there. And I got the hell out of Dodge, like, because it just, I couldn't make the feeling go away once I realized something's not right here. I don't know if, it's the legal profession as a whole, or if it's this firm, or if it's the law. Something's got to change because you're unhappy. Um, and I felt like I felt so bad about it. I felt so bad because I felt like the decision to just up and quit my job was a privilege that not many people have, and I just felt like I was quitting. And so it took me about a week though, because it just wouldn't go away. So I got done with that. I put in my resignation letter. I didn't have the greatest reason why. So at that point, I'm like, okay, the people at the firm are asking me, oh, we like you, like why are you leaving? And I'm just like, oh, something dropped. Okay, that, of course, something dropped because that's me. But I'm like, I don't have the greatest reason for you because I'm not sure completely. It's just some in here ain't right. Something's not right. So I had to get up out of there, but I'm still thankful for all of the advice and the care that I had from that firm and all of my past experiences, because I think it led me to the right place where I was supposed to be. So after that, I literally jump into working for another firm. And let me tell you guys, this firm was shady. My paychecks weren't paid on time. I don't even know. But I thought, I had the thoughts of opening my own firm. But I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, who's going to tell me what to do? You go to law school, you take all of these exams. Where is the playbook for what I'm supposed to do in life? How am I supposed to navigate this? How am I supposed to open my own practice, like by myself? I just, I had some insecurities and they came out. They came right out. That it was because I'm young, or young in the legal profession, and I was like, oh shit, I can't do it, but I wanted to do it, but I just chickened out. That's what happened, y'all. I chickened out for a couple months. Mind you, I had already, like got as far as making registering my business with Laura. Everything was done. I just was like, I personally don't know. So, but it's okay because I took the time to network and find other attorneys that had already practiced law and started their own firm and had been working for years. I found one of my best attorney friends, like she's a gem. I found her. I took that time in between, like trying to figure out whether I was actually gonna make that jump into opening my own practice. And so I think everything happened in good time. When you jump out there and you have to get your own clients, like the money, there's the steadiness of the check is not as steady anymore. So it's just it's a lot of things to consider. It's scary. I'm still, I've had my practice open for not too long, but I'm still going and I still have growth. But I think I've made great progress. Met some good people, and I don't know. It's definitely a process. So I'm gonna have more stories to tell you guys because I'm still in this shit. Like I'm in it currently. But that was like the day and the time period after which my legal career took a turn, and like it took a turn in a positive way. So even in the areas of law that I'm being introduced to, I would have never, done probate at the at the firms that I was working for. I would have never done landlord tenant. Like, I would have never learned how to like to draft a deed or anything like that. Like, I wouldn't have even been doing that because it's kind of centered in one area. And it was an area I wasn't interested in. But I found interest in, other things, other areas of law that I can kind of dip my toes in because this is my own practice and I have more flexibility for sure because I run the ship. And so I think I was always meant to open my own practice and I was just kind of running away from it. Just like, no. But this was it was my destiny for sure. And I felt that when I really decided to step out. I feel that still, and so I'm still going. I'm gonna keep going. But if any of you guys are in a profession or a just an area of practice in which you're not feeling it, you feel that it's not right and you feel it in you, make the jump. Like, obviously there's things to consider. If you want to save money, you want to think about it some more, take that time, but don't stay in a place where you're unhappy, because God is omnipotent and he can change things for you. He can change like what you think is impossible. So you can definitely move to another area of whatever field you're in, or move to an entirely different area and actually be happy with the work that you do and the services that you provide. But I hope you guys like this story time. I'm going to have more story times. If you guys want more videos like this, please leave a comment below. And stay tuned for my future videos. You know what it is. It's XOXO Gossip Girl.